Hey guys, today on my new PlayStation 5, I am 98% cleaned on this playground here in Power Wash Simulator, so I'm just gonna try and locate these little spots of dirt for that final 2% score, wherever they may be hiding. Now, does that count? Is that dirt? No, it's a little hard to tell. If I do forget, I'm gonna check the controls here. Maybe. Controls. Options. Oh boy. I'm sitting so far from the screen. Controls. There we go. Yeah, we can sprint. I didn't know that. Show dirt. There we go. Oh, brother. It's actually a lot. That's not good. I mean, wow. 98%, really? You know? I mean, how'd that happen? So how am I supposed to get that? Yes, just by doing this. Or you know what? Maybe it's easier on the inside. Sensitivity's kind of tight. No, I don't know. There's a lot of dirt here. Oh man, here too. Let's just get this from 98 to 100, and then I do have to go get lunch before my shift. So, yeah. Love if, oh man, there's so much dirt everywhere. How is this 98%? This is awful. Man. I don't know what that does. Long extension. Why not? Interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this before I have to go to work. It'd be quite the bummer if I couldn't. It's like everywhere, man. I don't even know. It's so annoying. I'm supposed to get it in there. You know, am I getting it? I guess. This might be a better way to do it. I say missing everything. Yeah. Y'all read any good books lately? But I've been reading Sally Rooney's Conversations with Friends. She's this Irish author. So far, some very interesting prose, interesting style of writing. You know, oh sweet. Yeah, she doesn't use quotation marks, so it's interesting. Makes some parts of reading reading the book a little more intentional. There's so much random bits of dirt everywhere. Man. Yeah, I did not do a proper clean of this the first time. It's been a long while. Really? Oh, you have to do the underside and the top? Wow. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't use quotation marks. Which, if any of you have ever read something by Cormac McCarthy, I love love these books. You'll recognize that. Little artifact, I'll say. Artifact, maybe. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get that. Well, let's go ahead and get this while we're at it. Oh, that's not even, you didn't even try on this one. Wow. How can I change my nozzle? Huh? Let's try this. That's not getting you at all, is it? Not do anything? No. Improves the range while still being able to use quite close to surfaces. Alright, I'm cool with the range for now. I guess I just need a shorter nozzle, I guess. No. I really don't have the time for this, unfortunately. Because it is 1:36. I have work at 3, and unfortunately, just how I have to get there. You know, I don't have my own car at the moment. I have to walk there. So it just makes, getting there a little more difficult, and I need to plan a lot more time. I need to set aside a lot more time for getting to work. So, well, all in all, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish this little project here. This is strange. There we go. What was that time again? 1:37? Oh boy. Yeah, I didn't have lunch, which is not healthy. Instead of lunch, I booted up Power Wash Simulator. And I'm gonna regret that later when I'm tired on break or something. So really it was a bad idea. But yeah, Sally Rooney, very interesting author so far when talking about conversations with friends. I'm like a 20-year-old man, so reading the novel, which is of course focused on like these college-age girls who like read poetry, and they're communists and stuff when they're lesbian, and have a lot of female ideas and characteristics in the writing and everything. It's very very different from what I usually read, and it's also a romance so far, I'd say. It is about this woman there's this girl rather, who has an affair with an older married man. He's married. She is not. So obviously bad person. Well, I guess that raises the question. I guess if you want to talk about it, like, I think if you cheat, you're. Well, I guess they're not cheating. The man is cheating for sure. But they like excuse it a little bit by saying like the wife cheats regularly. I don't know. you get into conversations like that. I don't think it's. I think loyalty is so important to your character. You know. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, if you cheat, you're an awful person, and like, I don't know. I think if you cheat knowingly, without guilt or shame, for sure, then your morals are just bad. And I think if your morals are bad, then you're a bad person. I don't know. I feel like there's a bad. I think bad people do exist. Some people don't even think that. I think there is an idea that good people can do bad things and vice versa. And that's certainly true. But I think to say that there are no good people or no bad people, generally can be quite limiting to how you enact on your philosophies and your morals. You know, can kind of rid you of some accountability for sure, which is never a good thing, you know. You know, but I definitely think like what the girl's doing isn't as bad as what the guy's doing, because he's the one married. He's the one who devoted his life to a woman and is now like kind of destroying the sanctity of that promise. But she's still not good. She's encouraging it, if not initiating it more often than not. From my experience, from what I've read so far, which I've read about 100 pages. It's about 300 and some change. It's about 300, I think, exactly. Actually, it might be 303 or something like that. So I'm about a third of the way through. It definitely, like, this isn't necessarily a book that, like, forces you to take sides. They're not actually really reckoning with the fact that, it's an affair. It's more so, actually, like, he stopped wanting to do the affair, and she's, like, upset about it so far. So I don't really know exactly what Sally Rooney is trying to say, if anything, but we're not really forced to reckon with it as much. It's not like the main character sits down and ruminates like, oh, I'm such a bad person. No, in fact, that doesn't really happen at all. There's one point where she like in an email, like, he's like, oh, it's all my fault, and she's like, no, it's my fault, I initiated it. And that's as far as it goes, but it's not even like in her head, it's just what she's saying. So that kind of distant narrative voice prohibits us from knowing if the character really feels much guilt or remorse at all. And the way it's spoken is more concerned about like what people will think rather than is this right or wrong. So you know, man, I want this roof to be done, for crying out loud. Oh, this will help a lot to do this out here. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting approach. The prose is really good so far, overall. I don't think it's as masterful as, like, Cormac McCarthy doing the same thing, which isn't, you know, part of me when I say something like that, it's like, oh, you're being sexist, man. You can't say Sally Rooney's bad for doing the same things that Cormac McCarthy does. But I do feel like Sally Rooney's prose, oh my gosh, is very good. I just don't think it's as professional or as much of a masterpiece as something Cormac McCarthy might do with the exact same uh, tools, narrative tools, writing tools. I think when he skips quotation marks, for example, it feels a lot more fitting to his general themes and like fitting in with the rest of his prose, which is very stark and neo-biblical. Neo-biblical is used to describe Cormac McCarthy all the time, and it fits that terminology. I can't think of really any other author, I'd say. I've yet to read Faulkner, who is commonly, those two are compared. But you know, Sally Rooney is neither of those men, and that's okay. And she does have something very unique to her writing that I can't really put my finger on. I cannot really put my finger on at the moment. It'll take more mediation and meditation, but But I think the lack of quotation marks, especially, do give the story a certain amount of flow. I will say one thing that I do think Cormac McCarthy and Sally Rooney have in common is it both very much feels like someone's telling you the story of how it happened. Not exactly saying it word for word. There's that distance there. It feels like someone's telling you this story. I think in both cases, the lack of quotation lends itself to certain flow that feels like someone's. In Cormac McCarthy's case, it feels like an old man, serried, around the campfire, telling you great big stories of things you don't like, things you don't know, using words you don't know in ways you don't like. All that. I can't find the last bit. Whereas with Sally Rooney, it doesn't feel that. It feels more like gossip. Which, I mean, is it sexist of me that I just said that? I don't know, but I think Cormac McCarthy's far more minimalist, and again neo-biblical, and that could lend itself to it. All these other aspects that create the greater overall style. Where's the last bit? No frickin' clip. I'm spamming the button. Oh, hey, there's some glimmer. Let's side guard. Okay. Is there more glimmer somewhere? Glimmer. You can also look at things and maybe in the top left see it. This is really frustrating. What am I missing? That was something. There's something this way. Interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Climbing pole guards, slide platform. Slide platform. Okay. Tower floor undersides. Yeah. Wait, what time is it? 1:50? Ugh. I need to go grab a sandwich so I can eat that while I'm walking to work. Climbing pole guards. Climbing pole. Climbing pole. The frick? Some monkey bar ladder. Climbing pole guards? Hmm. Okay. Cool. Alright. Nice. Ah. It may have been the odd fleck of dirt. Cool. Awesome. Um, Anyways, I'll probably talk about books more next time. I also got some DLC for this game, including the SpongeBob one, so that'll be delightful. Yeah.